Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to dive into some of the absolute must-know practices that keep software projects from, well, descending into total chaos. We're talking about source code control and collaboration.
So picture this. You've been working for hours, maybe even days, and you've finally written the perfect bit of code. It's clean, it's fast, it just works. But then you get that little nagging voice in the back of your head. What if you lose it? Or even worse, what if you make one tiny change that breaks everything and you have no way to get back to the version that actually worked?
Right? I mean, we've all been there, looking at a folder just jammed with files like code_final, code_final_ for real, and my personal favorite, code_final, I swear this is it. There has to be a better, more professional way to handle this. And you'll be happy to know there absolutely is. And that better way is all about creating a safety net for our code. That safety net has a name. It's called a version control system, or VCS for short. Think of it like a vault for all your project's files. But it's so much more than just a backup. The real magic is that it tracks every single change made to every file throughout the entire history of the project. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a time machine for your code. Did you make a mistake an hour ago? No sweat. Need to see what the project looked like last Tuesday at 3 p.m.? Easy. A VCS lets you rewind time and grab any version of any file from any point in the past. It's literally the ultimate undo button. Okay, so this is obviously a total game changer for a solo developer. But things get a whole lot messier when you're not working alone anymore. What happens when you have a whole team, 5, 10, maybe hundreds of people, all needing to work on the same files, sometimes at the exact same time? And that, my friends, brings us to the next massive challenge, the collaboration problem. Yeah, this is really the heart of the matter for team development. How on earth do you manage all those changes from all those different people without constantly overwriting each other's work? Figuring out how to merge everyone's contributions together is the core problem that modern version control systems were built to solve. So how do we solve this puzzle? Well, it turns out there are basically two fundamental strategies for tackling this. Let's take a look at the two main paths to merging code. The two big approaches are called lock, modify, unlock, and copy, modify, merge. Now, with the first one, lock, modify, unlock, it's super simple. Only one person can edit a file at a time. It's locked. This totally prevents conflicts, which is great, but it can also create huge delays while people are just waiting around for a file to be unlocked. The other model, copy, modify, merge, is different. Everybody gets to work on their own private copy of the files. Then later on, all those changes get merged back together into the main version. It's way more flexible, but it does mean you have to be ready to solve conflicts when two people have changed the exact same piece of code. And, it's probably no surprise that the second one, that more flexible and scalable copy, modify, merge strategy, well, that's the one used by pretty much all modern version control systems. It's become the industry standard for a very good reason. So merging code is a great way to combine our work after it's already done, but that kind of brings up a bigger question, right? Is there a way to actually improve the quality of the code before it even gets to the point of being merged? That's a fantastic question, and the answer is a practice that's built on a pretty timeless idea. Two heads are almost always better than one. And this practice is called pair programming. It's pretty much what it sounds like. You've got two programmers sharing one computer, writing code together. But they have very specific roles. One person is the driver. They're the one with their hands on the keyboard actually typing out the code. And the other person is the navigator, who is watching, reviewing the code as it's written, catching potential mistakes, and thinking about the bigger picture, like the overall design. So the driver is really focused on the tactics, the line-by-line details of getting it working. Meanwhile, the navigator is thinking strategically, kind of like a real-time code reviewer. And here's the crucial part. They switch roles a lot, maybe every half hour or so. This keeps both developers totally engaged, and it means you constantly have a fresh set of eyes on the problem. So wait, it's basically like having a constant live code review happening every second you're working? That sounds incredibly powerful. But what are the actual results? Like, what does the data say about working this way? Let's dig into that. Let's look at the proven outcomes at the power of pairs. The single biggest, most significant benefit, and this has been shown in studies over and over again, is a huge reduction in bugs and defects. You just write higher quality code from the get-go. But it doesn't stop there. You might think that two people on one computer would be slower, but studies actually show overall productivity goes up, mostly because you spend way less time hunting for bugs later. It also spreads knowledge like wildfire through the team. No single person becomes a bottleneck. It's the perfect way to avoid what we call the beer truck problem. That scary scenario where the one person who knows a critical system gets hit by a beer truck and the whole project grinds to a halt. This practice just builds a smarter, stronger, more resilient team. So, we've seen how version control helps us manage the past and how pair programming dramatically improves the present, which really leaves us with one fascinating question to chew on. If two heads are better than one for writing code today, what's the next evolution of team collaboration going to look like tomorrow? Something to think about. Hey, if you found this explainer helpful, do us a quick favor and hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.